Welcome back, everyone. This is the next part in the series where we are learning the first program on how to develop the code in HTML and JavaScript to convert the given number into its word format. We have in the previous video checked how to check whether the given string is a number or not using isRand function. And now in this particular video we are going to convert a single digit number to its respective word. So let us say when I give an input as 1, the output should be ONE1. When an input is 9, the number 9, then the output should be NINE9, etc. So let us try to depict this information into a tabular column, tabular format. Let us imagine that 1 should be represented as 1, 2 as 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, and so on. So let us consider that all these values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are nothing but inputs. Excuse me. And all these values like ONE, TWO, etc. are nothing but our output. Okay. So basically these values we will give in the first text field and these values we need to get at the second text field. So let us add something else to our previous tabular representation. So what was missing here in this particular tabular representation is 0. Why? Because our decimal number system are 10 numbers starting from 0 to 9. So let us add 0 also to our table. So let us add 0 at the just before 1 and all 0 to 9. These are the unique 10 digits in decimal number system. So the first values are nothing but inputs and the second values are nothing but outputs. If this is the tabular depiction of our input and output, then we can say that this particular thing very much looks like an array. If you remember arrays concept from any of the other programming languages like C or Java, then you can very clearly see that it very much looks like an array, where we are having these values called 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on as individual elements of the array, and we can consider that these are the index positions of these particular values, we can say. So let us say the first word is 0, which is at index position 0. The next 1 is at index position 1, and so on till 9 is at index position 9. I hope you can compare how this looks very much like an array. If this is an array, then we can present it in any of the programming languages we have learned so far. So let us represent this kind of information in the format of a C, using C programming language. So let us say I'm having this variable words, which is an array of type 10 size, which is a char type. So char arrays are nothing but strings. And here I'm having this 0 as the first value, comma 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 9. And if I write something like this, we know that this is at 0th index position, this is at 1 index position, this is at 2 index position, and so on till this is at 9 index position, which very much represents what you have seen here in this tabular column. Now let us try to convert this C programming language code into something very much like JavaScript. That is because that is where we are writing code. Okay, so this is how the JavaScript array looks, where I'm having the data type is var, the words is very much the same thing, and the only difference between the C language is the array values of JavaScript are represented using these square brackets. That is the only major difference, and we are not presenting the size for this particular variable for array declaration in JavaScript. Now let us go back to the code and implement the same thing in our program. Okay, here I need var words square brackets, and here I need to add 1. Oh, we are missing 0. 3, 4, 5, 9. So now we are having this particular array called words, which contains the values from 0 to 9 in the word format. So what is the use of this particular representing this array? We know that these values can be accessed, right? Now let us say that I want to access a particular position. Let us say I want to access 5. Let us say I want to access this particular value. Then all I have to do is supply the index position of this particular value to the array words, and I will get the value. So how to do that? Let us say I want to get, if the input is 5, we can access its respective word from the array as words of 5. Okay, and as we know that 5 is the index position of the word FIVE, I will get the return value of this particular thing as FIVE. So let us write code for this. Okay, so here I'm going to write code for it. Let us say words 5. Okay, so I want to store it somewhere. I need a separate variable. Let us say variable temp is equal to this, or let us print it directly as part of alert window just to test. Words of 5 is equal to this. Okay, let us run the program. Okay, I'm supplying the value 5. Words of 5 is equal to 5. This is what exactly would be needed, right? Whatever value I'm supplying here needs to be converted to its respective word. So let us modify the code in such a way that that value is not shown in the alert window, but rather it is shown here. So let us modify the code not by this, but rather, let us say, instead of supplying 5 here, I will be supplying the value that I am receiving from the text field, and I have already converted it into an integer value, and you know that 5 is an integer value. So instead of writing 5 here, I will be writing it as a number. Okay, and here also let us modify it in such a way that it is visible to us as the value of number rather than. I hope you understand what I mean. You may not understand this representation. We will work it out later. For now, let us just execute the code and see how it looks. I'm writing 5 here. When I click submit, it says words of 5 is equal to 5. Let us modify it to something else. Let us say 6. Then it says, oh, it is still saying words of 5 equal to 6. So let us modify the code in such a way that I don't want this 5 here, but rather I want it to be having the number. Okay, now let's go back and check it again. Run this code again. I'm supplying 5. When I click submit, I'm getting words of 5 equal to 5. When I change this value to words of 6, then I should get words of 6 is equal to 6. That's exactly what we need as the result in the second text field. So get back to the program and modify this alert window to assign this words of number to the second text field. And for that, we have to just put this part here and put up semicolon. That's it. Because I don't want now this to be presented as an alert window, but rather I want this to be added to my text field, result text field. And so I have written this. Go back to the code, execute it, write 1, click submit, 1, beautiful. Now change it to 2, submit 2, change it to 5, submit 5, change it to 7, submit 7, change it to 9, we get 9, change it to 0, and we get 0. So this is the code for converting 0 to 9 numbers to their respective 0 to 9 words. Thank you.